Hey baby, hey baby, hey. I hope you're well. I'm sending you love, so much love. So today I'm going to be talking about how life is not punishing you, it's actually calibrating you. And I'm very sure that you're going through some stuff right now. Yeah, we all are. It's the end of the snake year. We're shedding a lot of stuff and this is normal, right? It's really normal for everything to come up to allow us to transcend and ultimately calibrate, right? So for us to get to our next level, which is essentially towards our goals and what it is that we wish to create for ourselves, it's not a case of forcing ourselves, it's a case of calibrating. So what does that look like? That looks like expanding our capacity to be able to hold what it is that we desire to hold. So that means strengthening ourselves when it comes to being faced with these hard situations where if we're still in the victim mentality and way of being, it's, oh, why is this happening to me? Oh, why me? It's always me. And, you know, it's a very normal thing to come up. And I say this with no shame because we've all been there. And sometimes I still get to check myself when my inner child is like, yeah, but then it's like, no, darling, it's all you. It's all you. Like I said yesterday on my live. So these are times in which we really get to become aware of what's going on internally so we can reprogram and rewire the ways in which we're choosing to show up. Because if we wish to get to this next level, we have to let go of certain aspects of this level and this frequency that are keeping us here. Because if we hold on to what's here, we're not going to be able to transcend. So this is what calibration is. Hello, whoever's hopped on. I hope you're well. I'm sending you love. Calibration is the art of being able to expand and hold and also let go of everything that's not serving us. And a lot of the times that comes to emotion. So it's really important that we learn how to tune into our bodies and tune into our emotion to let go of whatever's coming up without putting a story to it, which is the most important part of this journey. Remembering that you are a frequency, where every single one of us are frequencies, and this really supports us in moving forward when we cross other frequencies. So instead of connecting to them as people, this helps us transcend taking things personally, because frequencies can only meet you where they're at. So if you're raising your frequency and if you're letting go of all of the toxic and unhealthy ways of being so you can transcend your current level frequency, so you can raise your frequency, what's going to happen is the people that were in your field or the old part of you that's trying to keep you there will present you with from other frequencies to see if you actually lower your calibration to their frequency and field, which ultimately keeps you in the same frequency. What you get to learn how to do is stay at your calibration and essentially hold up boundaries and hold up your way of being to be like, no, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to lower myself to this. I'm not going to bite at your bark. That's just not happening anymore. And it's understanding that whatever's being presented, it's not for punishment, it's for calibration to expand your awareness so you can transcend and so that you can rise into your next level and essentially hold on to the ownership and the accountability and the responsibility that it's going to take from you to be able to continue to rise and continue to move. So you're not being punished. There's nothing wrong with you. You're amazing. You're perfect, exactly how you are. And if you wish to get to the next level, you must transcend and work through all of these puzzles and bosses, which is what I like to call it. I like to look at life as a game. It's all a game. This is just a game that we get to move through and explore as we raise to our next levels. Think of like Crash Bandicoot or Mario or whatever you used to play when you was younger, Harry Potter. You had to move through and work through different puzzles, and this is basically your game of life. And to be able to calibrate to the next level in these games that you would play, you had to expand your capacity to be able to handle what was going on. Maybe things got a bit quicker, maybe things got a bit harder. And this is essentially what happens in the game of life, is we are presented with an array of different things depending on our own life's karmic load that we're here to transcend, and the array of growth and evolution and ascension timelines that we get to go through. Everyone's journey is different. We've all got different stories, we've all got different families, we've all got different programs within us, we've all got different perceptions. So the most important thing that any one of us can do is really get to know ourselves, really get to know our stories, really get to know our programs, because when we notice any kind of discordance or disharmony or icky stickiness that's coming up within our experience, we get to say, oh, that comes from there. Oh, I'm transcending this level of lack or scarcity or fear, because this is basically what all of us are doing. We're transcending lack and scarcity and fear so we can raise our levels and create a life of abundance and love and happiness and health. And it really comes down to getting to know ourselves, getting to know our programs, and then looking at the mirror of life and what it's presenting us, and taking full ownership and accountability for the part that we are playing to stay in lack and scarcity and fear. Because any situation that we are presented with, yes, there's three parts. There's the environment, there's the people, and then there's us. So most of the time what people do when they feel like life is punishing them because they're in a victim mind frame and they feel powerless, which is not their fault, there's no blame and there's no judgment, because we've all been programmed in this way. I came from this. I've had to transcend this type of mindset as well, right? When we look at life in a place of, from a place of, oh, I'm being punished, I'm not good enough, why me, and all of that stuff, we're keeping ourselves powerless. And it's not our fault, because we've been programmed this way. Because a powerless mass collective, a powerless society, I put it in speech bubbles because we're not powerless, we just give our power away through the projections and through the blame. A powerless society is more easily controlled and manipulated, which is what we're starting to see now. We're starting to wake up. People's eyes are opening and their third eye's opening, and it's amazing. And then we go through all of these these emotions, of course, which are very valid, of, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening, what on earth? And then we feel more powerless, we feel like we're being punished, and then we're giving our power away. And yes, there's three parts, like I said. There's the environment, there's the people involved, but then there's us. And we have full control over ourselves. And when we look in the mirror of what life has to, what life is offering us, because it's offering us choice. Do we stay or do we go? Do we choose to be passive, or what's the other word for passive? Offensive. Is that the right word? You get what I mean? Do we choose to be passive and let things happen to us? Or do we choose to be like, no, I'm going to fucking sort something out here. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to leave this relationship. I'm going to leave this job. I'm going to leave this environment because this is not good for me. And this is taking charge of our life. And this is moving towards what it is that's right for us. And what's right for us is very different to each and every person. And what's important is that we check in and tune in with our body, because this is how our intuition speaks to us. We learn how to get out of the mind. We learn how to get out of the ego, which is shouty and brings us all of the logistical stuff and brings up all of the fear and the lack and the scarcity. That's where that lives. And then the intuition is in our body. And they're these quiet nudges, like leave that job, start that business, go and speak to that person. And it feels scary. It feels really scary. And what's on the other side of listening to those calls are strength, are power, are trust within ourselves, are confidence. And it's day by day and it's step by step. It's a marathon, it's not a race. I've been on this journey for 8 years now, and even today I transcended a certain level of where I'm at, and I wrote about this in my recent post. When it comes to being witnessed in my vulnerability and asking for help, I find it so hard to ask for help. And I'm feeling emotion coming up as I'm saying this, because even sharing this with you, I don't know, it's just these remnants coming up. I find it so hard to ask for help. And for years I've been walking this journey, this path on my own, because I've had to really come back to my own inner knowing and conviction of who I am and why I'm here and what I'm about, after a lot of trauma that I'd experienced in my leadership journey that I really had to heal and transcend. I had to do that on my own. I had to. And now I'm at a stage where I'm done with doing it on my own, and the way that I stop doing it on my own is that I ask for help and say, hi, I'm here, let's go. I can't do this on my own, and sharing certain vulnerabilities with trusted people. So I did that today, and I was saying to the sisters that I was sharing this with, how healing it was for me to just be witnessed, because I haven't really felt safe to be witnessed like that in the relationships that I've had, because I didn't feel like they could hold the breadth of what I was sharing in a way that I needed to be held and witnessed. I'm very sensitive. I have a lot of emotions, and I cry like that. It's just like that. And some people, some people aren't in a space where they can hold that, and that's okay. So I had to go through this journey of being able to hold myself in that. And then through me being able to hold myself in that and give myself that, now I have amazing sisterhoods around me that are able to do that for me in a way that they're not trying to fix me, they're not judging me, they're not anything. They're just there witnessing, and it was so healing. And that was me calibrating to my next level. And we're all at different stages here. And the more you learn about yourself, and the more you learn about your journey and where you're currently at, and most importantly, do not compare yourself to anyone else's journey, because you are not them and they are not you. You're in completely different timelines. You're on completely different frequencies. You have completely different stories. There's no comparison to you and where you're at. And the more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about your journey, and the more you remember you have full control out of yourself. You might not have control over your environment and the people around you. However, you have control of you. You have control of being around these people. You have control of being in that environment. And if this environment and these people are not good for you and they don't feel good for you, then you get to do everything in your power to remove yourself and start to make things better for you. No one's going to save you but you. No one is going to save you but you. And yeah, it fucking hurts. Of course, we want to be saved to some level. I still have my inner child come out, wanting to be saved, wanting to be supported. And then what I get to do is I get to remember that I do that for myself. I get to do that for me. I get to do that for her. And the same goes for you as well. You're in full control. This is all you. This is all you. So my transmission for that is ended for the day. It's all about calibration, and we calibrate ourselves by pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone and creating safety within ourselves, within our bodies, by showing up in the ways that we are being called to show up, whatever that looks like for us. And if you're desiring support, I've created a whole ecosystem that will support you on this journey. The wealth frequency shift is all about creating the life that you desire, and it has a regenerative wealth model plugged into it as well that you can build around your personal brand. I give you everything that you need. I give you the personal mentorship and coaching. I give you the spiritual mentorship and coaching. We go really deep into inner child and shadow work and really embracing yourself in your journey and getting to know your journey. I give you all of the social media marketing support and online business and content. There's so much in there. It's fucking phenomenal. It's my life's work. And at the same time, I also do one-on-one sessions as well. So you can go to the link in my bio for the one-on-one look in the mirror sessions, and you can book. Apparently I wanted to kind of, don't know what that was. It was like a sing, you can book. So you can book through that link in my bio. And at the moment, until February the 3rd, I have limited scholarships for the wealth frequency shift. So those who are ready to start their Enagic business with me, depending on how you start, you'll be able to get either group proximity and support or one-on-one proximity and support with me for 3 months. This is when you get started with your Enagic business before the 3rd of February. So you have 1 week from today. You get to message me from here and we can work out your best options, and I can support you in moving forward. And yeah, that's me for today. I'm gonna upload this so you can watch the replay, whoever's hopped on last. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow on my live transmission. I don't know what I'm gonna speak about, so yeah, I'll surprise you. Okay, I love you so much. Have a very beautiful day. Mwah.